welcome to another WIP Wednesday. This is what, number 36? There's a lot of them.
I know, right?
I'm
I'm starting to
Lizfaerie,
lose track. I'm Joey.
This is Joey. We are here again, but we do not have that much to show. I know I say this every week. I know. I've been
It's
working
the phrase that starts off every WIP Wednesday.
I've been working on a lot of stuff for videos that are going to be coming out in theory later this week. Actually, one of them should be coming out tomorrow, so
nice.
I will talk more about that later. So what's
even happening?
What are we doing? I've only got like 4 things to show you guys. Right. So I guess I'll just start with this thing that's already in my hands.
Right, which is actually something you made like a really long time
Oh my
ago.
god, yes, I know. Marcia Ramos, oh my god, I'm sorry, I can't talk. Marcia Ramos says, hello guys.
Hey.
I'm sorry, let me have some more of my coffee.
Yeah, that'll help.
So that I can function. You know what it is? It's my lack of bangs. That's like the source of my power.
I know.
So.
Right.
No,
You're exposed now, so it's like...
Yeah, this is a special edition WIP Wednesday featuring my forehead. So
now featuring this is forehead.
And you may notice from the title of the stream that this is going to be because we have some wig things happening later, and I'm just preparing for the wig things because I do have to put on the wig. That's what they they expect of you when you make a wig. Yeah, I think that people kind of expect you to put it on your head.
Usually.
Anyway, so this WIP, which you can kind of see a little bit right now. And I don't think I can even show this on the closer camera because it's so big.
Yeah, it probably is too
But
big.
I literally made this, what was it, 7 years ago?
Damn. Was it that long ago?
7 years? It was the year that we moved here.
Yeah. Right.
So it was probably about 7 years ago, maybe 6, I'm not sure. But I was making this on the way up here.
Right.
I remember because I had it when we were randomly in what was that, Portland? The first time,
right? And
I just remember I was like carrying it around like if it was a bag,
yeah,
because I didn't really want to carry a bunch of stuff. But here she is. It is a the beginnings of a piranha plant bag from the Mario series. I really love the teeth and jaw thing that I've got going here. I kind of want to show it to you guys closer if I can, because it's got like a little bit of like a creepy, like realistic,
a little gnarly looking.
Kind of. Yeah, I love how this looks. But the idea was to make this into like a purse thing eventually, and as you can see, I do have a bunch of stuff shoved into it right now, which are other WIP things. These are actually an old project that I made on the channel a long time ago, and this video is actually privated because I just didn't do a very good job, and it's a long-winded video, not very well edited. The microphone is bad. That's a privated video. I wouldn't mind doing it over again, but I mean, I don't know. If you guys want, I guess. Yeah,
right. Leave a like or a comment if you guys want to see the Mario.
And I think that's pretty much all that I have in here. That might be a smaller size one, and this one's like a larger one.
You got to do that.
I did do it. I just didn't like it. So yeah, the idea was to make a little box out of these. I don't know if I even made enough to make a little box.
And that's just a square.
I don't know what I was doing with that one. Some of these are maybe just failed attempts, but yeah, I've got a bunch of these guys in here. I think here's a bunch of the little ones.
You got enough for a box.
Oh, that's what that one was. It was a spent one. That's not very well done. It's not very well made, right?
I know, right? If you redid it, you would probably reinvent it.
I could probably do a good job on this one because it's blank. Much better than I did on this one. But it's supposed to be a spent coin, probably. I don't know what I was going to do with these. Something.
They're just cool.
Marcia Ramos says, lovely, also nightmare material.
Right?
Yeah, I know, right? I really want to make more stuff like this. Like, I don't know why I didn't ever keep going with this. It was great.
The whole gums and teeth thing, and like, totally.
Well, I do like making like realistic aesthetic things, and I just didn't really go that much in that direction because I mean a lot of the stuff that I make is real cutesy, you know.
Right, and that was like what 6-7 years ago.
Oh yeah,
so that
7
was
years ago. You can tell it was 7 years ago by how bad this is. Oh. I didn't even use magic circles at the center. Whoa, we just got a a glitchy frame. I wonder if that went on the stream. I don't know if you caught that.
I know, right? I caught a second of it. Hopefully we're still good. Anyway, but yeah, your techniques just aren't the same as what you have.
There's no magic circle. You can tell. I'm not sure you can see. Yeah, see how there's like a hole at the middle right there of the spot? If I had been doing double magic circles, that hole would not be there. It would be closed up and it would be a lot cleaner. You can see there's another one on the other spot there.
It's got a bunch of dots.
Yeah, all of them have holes in them. So, I mean, if I was really, really crazy, I would cut all those spots off and make them over again and put them back on. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because that would be a lot. It would be a lot.
You just stick a button in each hole.
Is literally the only thing. Oh, hey, these guys too.
Oh, yeah.
I guess all the random Mario
now you
experiments
can throw some snowballs.
are in here. But yeah, here's like an icy power up. This one's actually pretty cute. I don't know if this video is privated, but again, for the same reason. Like, it's a good idea, but the tutorial wasn't very good, and I wanted to redo it.
Too harsh on yourself. You should do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do it again. It's not just on myself. It's people telling me that it's terrible. Oh. But I mean, and here's a giant one. So this one's more like of a life-size one, I guess. So cute.
I know, right?
I don't know why I don't have a fire one.
That'd be cute in just like a little vase. Like
yeah,
a tiny
I know.
Little
I might have. Do I have a red one in here somewhere? I would. Oh, hey, here's a giant one of these.
Right.
I have a bunch of these things in here for some reason.
Well, now we know where the flowers came from. They came.
Oh,
from
here we go. Here's one.
Yeah.
Here's a fire flower.
Those are super cute.
Yeah, I really like this little pattern. I think this would do really well maybe if I redid it in like, it's like a good design too, actually. I think that I could do it better, but it's a pretty good design for how early on I was in making amigurumi. And I don't know if you would call this an amigurumi. Is this an amigurumi? I don't know. What do you guys think? It seems weird to call this an amigurumi. Well, it has eyes.
Yeah, because there's all like the dolls that just like are like just random objects with eyes. Like, what are those considered? Is that a chibi at all, or is that amigurumi?
I guess it's chibi. I mean, if it's made of crochet, I guess it's amigurumi, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And I did use like a couple of techniques that you would use for amigurumi. Obviously, it doesn't have a whole head; it's just a face. So, how did I do this? Oh no, I remember. That's actually quite clever. I'm going to redo this tutorial.
Good job, Pastio.
But yeah, this was like one. I think this might be the first tutorial I ever made on the channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was real bad.
Blast from the past, right?
It was like an hour long. Yikes. I mean, oh my gosh, I could have done that more efficiently. Yeah, it was bad. What's this?
Some black thing.
I have no idea what this is. Some sort of black thing. I do not know. There's a whole bunch of goodies in here.
I know, right?
They're all the same thing.
I didn't plan this being a grab bag of like what's in this.
What's in the bag in every one of these things.
But you plan on reworking that eventually?
Yeah, it's just more of these guys. Hey, here's a full-size fire flower.
Well,
nice.
And technically the tutorials are works in progress if you're going to be redoing a bunch.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, no, I'm going to reverse engineer these guys and figure out how to do them again. Oh, the neck is broken on this guy. That's a shame. Okay, well, that's something I can actually improve on the armature of this, because I bet that there's just a straight wire in there.
I know, right? Because you've been doing armature for way longer now.
Oh, yeah. So. I could definitely make this not have a broken neck and never get a broken neck if I...
Oh, poor flower.
Yeah, it's pretty sad that happened. Especially because, like, I mean, this is, like, clearly the best one. The, like, larger fire flower. Because it's, like, the classic one. Where the ice flower is, like, new. So it's not as fun. I would really like to make it with the armature in the leaves too, so that the leaves like stand up and are perky. I'm sure that I could redo this really, really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was unexpected. I forgot these were even in there.
Yeah, unexpected.
Yeah, it looks like it's just more
flowers,
more fire flowers.
Lots of little Mario stuff.
Yeah, so I guess that was what was in here. I actually also had a bunch of baby Yoshis in here, but I kind of felt bad, so I took them out.
I know, right? They escaped from being eaten.
Oh yeah, and Marcia said that I did great trying to make it look realistic. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Oh geez,
no, you did do a good job.
Flowers everywhere.
Question blocks flying all over the place.
Oh no.
I know, right?
Here, maybe you should take that. Okay.
Okay, so next up.
The next thing is it's the early stages of something, so it doesn't look like much right now. It's very, very basic. It's just this half circle that I'm in the middle of, part of which is pink in the middle and part of which is brown on the outside. Let's switch cameras so that I can just show it to you closer up here. So this is going to end up being a bare ears tutorial. I've been working on this for a few days, and hopefully I can get this tutorial out by next week. I'm trying to get it on Patreon by the end of this week, hopefully. By which I mean Friday, maybe. But, so this is the beginnings of the bare ears. I'm using the same technique that I used for my cat ears. Well, mostly. It's a little bit different. I kind of found a better way of doing that, so I've already remade
Constantly
that tutorial twice. I don't want to redo it again.
It never ends.
But it's not that much of a different thing, and it's almost irrelevantly different, so I think I might just leave it as is. But, so this is going to be a bear, I guess, / mouse ears version of that.
Yeah, it could be either way.
So this is the front piece, and then I'm going to make the back piece just in brown and put them together, and then fold that down the middle to give it shape. And then attach it to whatever thing to give it
whatever
ears.
bear or mouse.
Yeah. Well, this one is a full-size cosplay version, I guess. So I guess this is attaching to me.
Yeah. So then you become the bear.
So
mouse.
I become the bear or mouse.
And are they just gonna like clip in, or are you gonna put them on like a headband or something, or?
I'm not sure. I do like to put them on clips instead of a headband because I do like for them to be removable and for them to be like positionable and stuff like that, and for it to look more realistic. Where if it's on a headband, you can obviously see the headband.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not as cute.
Very true.
I do like for it to look more realistic. That is part of my whole thing. What I would really like to figure out how to do, and this is a bit of it's a bit fantastical. It's probably not gonna happen. But what I would really like to do is I would like for the ability to make the inner ear part of the ear look not like crochet somehow. So that it's not like crochet. Because I'm going to make the outer ear part fluffy. So it won't be as obviously crocheted. It'll look a little bit more realistic. I wish there was a way. And I know there is a way, but I'm not willing to try it at this point. I've had a couple of ideas, but I don't think I want to do that for this tutorial just because it would take a little longer and be more... I would have to backtrack with stuff that I've already done.
Right.
So.
And you're already trying to,
Excuse me.
Trying to get this out kind of for Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. So I might try to do that for a future ears video, I guess. But yeah, I really want it to like look more realistic. That's like the goal. So let's move on to the next. Oh, you just switched cameras on me. Well, let's move to the next thing, I guess. Did you put that to the side, please? Be careful of the yarn that's trailing. There's a lot of yarn trailing. I think it just fell out. I'm sorry. Okay. So let me update this guy real quick because I did literally nothing on it. Not literally nothing, but pretty much nothing. So here is this skeleton fellow that I'm working on. The goal of this one is to make it a lot thinner and more skeleton looking, I guess, than more skeletal, let's say, than my other skeleton that I made more just amigurumi style, so it's a little bit more chunky in the structure. So this one I was trying to make it a lot more skinny, and the way that I did that, could you switch cameras for me, please? The way that I did that was I crocheted around the armature directly with just a single row of single crochet. And then I left this long tail, and I used that to fill in all of the extra space. And that's what I've done on this arm so far. The only thing now that I have to do on this arm is I'm not sure if I want to add fingers. I might. But that I will do later. And then I want to use some embroidery floss or thread to like add some little detail.
That'd be cool.
To make it look more like bones.
Yeah. Give them a separation on the lower half. That would be good.
So I'm going to do the same thing with all the other limbs that I've done with this one so far, and just fill in all these gaps with the long tail that I cut and left trailing. I love the way these little feet look, and I want to do the same thing with the feet.
Right, with
and
a little
do like some
embroidery,
embroider
so
some details so that it looks like it has like little bones here on the feet and some little toes. Yeah,
that'd be great.
And also on the legs. So so this is something that I've been kind of putting off working on just because I've been working on other things for Halloween.
Right? It's the whole juggling act.
Yeah, serious. But I really do want to work on this more because it is a commissioned piece, and I know I'm going to need a lot of time to work on, because this is just the base layer. I do need to make a costume for this character.
I know, yeah.
And that's going to be a whole other thing, so I really need to get a move on just covering up the body with
the skeleton. It's literally just the skeleton. There's a whole other piece on top of that.
Exactly. And that I'm not sure how I'm going to make, because it's kind of like an armor set, I think. And I think I might end up needing to use like some pleather or something to do that. And then also I might even need to use like stretchy fabric or something like that just to make it as thin and close to the body as possible, because it is a skeleton.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how, because it is going to have like red like sleeves, I believe, on the arms, and I just am not sure how I'm going to be able to get a really tight fit for the sleeves. I might have to use like stretch fabric or something like that. I'm not sure. The other thing that I could do is just straight up just cover the arms with embroidery, if nothing else. Just embroider over the arms with... But I don't want to do that. I want the costume to be removable.
No, totally.
Because that's like my whole
That's part of the
thing.
Audio thing.
Yeah. So I still need to cover up all that wire, and then I'm going to try to embroider the ribcage on instead of crocheting like I did with these, just to keep it as thin and as thin as possible, so that it's not too busy, because I was a little over ambitious with the ribcage. I could have put fewer ribs and it would have been like more cartoonish and cutesy, but I really wanted to put more ribs so that it looked more realistic. But I mean, it's not like accurate though. It's not like realistically accurate, so it's still fewer ribs than would be present in an actual skeleton. So it is still non-realistic and cutesy, but I wanted it to look less that.
Right.
And also I did want it to have more structure, so that's a whole thing.
Right.
Still have to sew this skull in place. I think I came up with a pretty cool way of making this little skull. And
I love the hollows in his eyes.
Yeah, this I think I can make a pretty cool tutorial out of, and the nose as well is hollowed out. I just have to sew everything down so that all of the bits are permanently attached, because I'm just so afraid of anything coming out of alignment or falling off. Because it took me a little while to finagle the skull onto the head, because I actually did make armature for the skull. There's like a piece of wire going across both cheekbones, there's a piece of wire going across both eyebrows, and then there's a piece of wire going along the edge of the jaw. So I want it to stay in place.
Yeah, I know, right? It's reinforced.
Yeah, you can see there's a ton of pins in there. And those are not coming out. Not until I'm absolutely sure that the skull is lashed down really, really well. I think it's I think I might have sewn a little bit of it down here. But yeah, that's hopefully gonna be real cute, and I need to figure out how to do the costume. That's about it for that one. Oh, sorry. I just stabbed you with a pin. Sorry about that.
I just grabbed onto a pin.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have been holding it like that while handing you something.
You're fine.
I guess. I'm going to have some more coffee.
Let's go back to here. I have a drink too. Everyone have a drink.
Let's all stay hydrated by drinking coffee. No, I'm just kidding.
Or water.
Maybe I should have some water. Okay, that's enough. Anyway, so there's a couple of things left to show you guys. I want to show you my unicorn real bad, but I'm not going to do that because this is WIP Wednesday, and it's finished, so I'm not going to show it to you guys.
It's often finished land over there.
Mm-hmm. Or is it finished?
Oh.
No, it's finished. It's finished.
That look in the
it's
eye.
finished. It's finished. I have other things that I could do that too.
I know,
it doesn't have to be that one. That one's finished. Anyway, speaking of unicorns, I guess the costume that I'm working on for this year is just going to be a unicorn, because that's what I happen to be working on already. I had a whole unicorn horn thing that I was working on for that doll. So I was like, well, I should make a costume version for that tutorial too, and that would be good. But then it's like Halloween, and then I made that, and now I'm like, well, I guess that's what I have, and now I guess...
Be one with the unicorn.
Yeah, so here's the horns so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to do all of the steps of my tutorial for this one, just because it would take a long time.
Right, yeah.
I don't really want to go through that. But the whole tutorial has like a whole thing of making this look more like a realistic texture horn rather than it being crocheted. But, oh, Demon Lee's here. You made it, Demon Lee.
Hey, sup, Demon Lee?
You got here to see my forehead. Nice. Thank you. Thank
you for that. Right?
More people get to see my glorious forehead. This is what I've always wanted. Anyway, can we switch so that I can show you guys the...
No, everyone revel at the forehead.
No, make it smaller. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so here's the horn that I made. This is my full-sized piece. This is the tutorial that's coming out tomorrow. So if you want to make one of these, it's actually a really, really easy make. Yeah. Especially if you...
Yeah, it seemed pretty simple.
Especially if you know how to make treble crochets, because, I mean, that's the most complicated thing. And you don't really even need to make the treble crochets, because if you don't make the treble crochets, then it's just this instead of this.
Right.
Because, like...
It just doesn't flare out at the bottom.
Yeah, well, it doesn't flare out as much, because it does taper as it goes up, but, like, the bottom is the largest type of stitch, which I use trebles. You could even use bigger stitches if you were brave enough, but I'm too lazy to make longer stitches than trebles, so I did not do that. I think it could be thicker if you wanted it to be. Yeah. It would maybe look cute if you started with double trebles, or even... something bigger, but
depends on the style of unicorn you're going for.
Yeah, and I did make mine like really long and slender, but I mean, if you were making any other kind of horn other than a unicorn, you could still do that, like by starting out with a thick stitch and then kind of just tapering it less, you know what I mean? So that it just stays thick the whole time, or like something like that. I don't know. There's a lot you could do with something like this, but it's a pretty easy make, so... I'm going to cough again. I'm sorry. Excuse me. So, as much as I would like for this to look like a realistic texture horn, I don't think I'm going to do it because it would just take so long, and I have so much other stuff going on right now. Yeah. So, yeah. So that tutorial is coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
And to go with the horn, we should probably switch cameras for this, because I don't think that I can show you this on the small one unless I can shove my head down there. Okay, so the wig situation. This is our last...
The wiguation. No, that was bad.
I didn't like
Everyone forget that.
So the wig situation. Here it is in all of its glory. Parts of it are not great. No, I mean, it's okay. It's just some of the curls didn't really take, so I might have to recurl some of the hair, unfortunately. Right. So, you know, there was this whole thing.
Yeah,
though.
If you guys
and I mean,
don't keep up on Liz's Instagram,
this will be in
stories.
the video, so I mean, we can talk about this later, I guess, because it was a lot. But there was a bit of a disaster that struck during the process of making this wig. I did put it on Instagram, so some of you might have seen that. I don't know. But yeah, I am going to talk about that when I make the actual video. And so unfortunately, not all of the curls survived the curling process, and some of them did get pulled loose. Right. And they do need to be recurled. But a lot of them did survive, which I was surprised by.
Yeah, no, some of the texture in that looks really nice.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. Some of it does look really, really nice. I love how fat the curls are at the bottom. It looks really, really quite lovely. And the bangs I did not curl. I did leave them straight. They are also trash, by the way. I did a terrible job of cutting these bangs. Usually I use an eyebrow razor to trim bangs, but that was not an option here because of how stretchy it all is. It was just really hard to like get the angle right without it just warping out of the way. And so I couldn't really get it to trim with the eyebrow razor. So I did have to use scissors. And I mean, I did it while I was wearing it and I couldn't really see. then there was
use the force and just.
And then there was fibers all over my face.
Yeah.
I couldn't see. I had scissors in my hands close to my eyes. I got scared, you guys, so I had to stop. But it's not as trash as it could be. So that's good. I'm proud of that a little bit. I guess I have to put it on.
I know. Here goes. Deep breath. Hope the water's fine.
I'm not really sure that it's gonna work very well. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. Ugh. So here, oh god. Yeah, there's the bangs coming loose. Okay. Oh my god. Wow, this looks really bad. I don't have a brush. That was a bad decision on my part. So this is gonna look real bad. This is gonna look like bedhead a little bit, so I apologize for that. And no matter what I do, I can't really straighten it myself. But here it is. Here is the rumpled unicorn realness that I'm
see a lot of the curls here. Down here, and you
yes,
should, yeah,
sort of see them.
Oh, there's a little bit of a patchy spot.
Yeah, I need to do some work. It's because I put my hair in a little man bun, and it's poking up.
It's popping up in a certain spot.
Yeah, that was a bad decision. Let me just kind of squish that down. All right, much better. So in theory, this guy is gonna go in. This guy in somewhere. Where's that hole? There it is. There it is. So we can shove that in there if we can. Yeah, there we go. Oh shit, she's a unicorn. So yeah, so that's the idea. I guess I might have put it upside down so it's pointing very up. Kind of want it to do the opposite of that,
right?
Which is to
so
go
you can
out.
Charge people.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Nice.
So that's what we want.
Yeah, that looks cool.
So right now I kind of look a little bit like rumpled 80s unicorn, which is not necessarily what I wanted.
Right. It's after the show.
This is after my unicorn battle has already taken place. I'm a little the worse for wear. But I think it looks pretty good, especially with the horn. The horn helps.
I think the horn breaks up all the brushed forward hair up a little bit.
Yes.
And it just makes it look a little better.
Oh my god, I am boiling now, you guys. Oh my god, it's so hot.
Acrylic wigs are for the winter.
It's too hot to wear this indoors, but unfortunately it looks terrible in natural lighting probably. So do we want to wear it indoors? I mean, do we want to wear it out of doors? I don't know. This is more of an Instagram wig, to be quite frank. I mean, it does not look realistic. You know what I mean? It looks realistic from a distance. It looks realistic from a camera. But if you came up to a person, you would know that this is not real hair. Very
You'd hope so.
Very quickly you would realize that it's not real hair. But it looks cute. The colors are cute.
Yeah.
It came out nice.
Totally.
It looks really silly with my dark AF eyebrows a little bit. I wish there was something I could do about that, but alas.
Right.
We can't have it all.
You'd have to cover them and paint them on again.
Let's cover those up. There we go. It doesn't look half bad though. No. It looks pretty good, right?
I'd say it looks more than half good.
But yeah, it's not awful. It's it's a fairly decent costume wig, I guess. And I mean, how much did I spend on this wig? Not a lot. It was made of 3 different colors of yarn, but I didn't by far use all of the skein for the wig. So I would say all in all, I probably used a total of 2 skeins, and I definitely used too much yarn. That was the other issue that I had.
You probably could have done
I could have done way less yarn because this is so fat, you guys. That's the other reason why it's so hot to wear it, because all of this hair, I feel like I'm wearing a scarf.
Got 4 inches of fabric in every direction.
I'm so warm. I could just so toasty. It does feel like a scarf too, because it's acrylic yarn.
But then on that factor, if you want to go out and it's really, really cold out, you could.
Then maybe it is a wig I could wear out.
Yeah. Exactly. You could make up for the warmth with your wig.
I guess. This is it's kind of bugging me. That it was it's a little wibbly.
It's got a little wobble to it.
Well, I think it's because I when I was filming the tutorial, I think I did a thing where I twisted it to kind of show that you could do different shapes of horns, and I
It
never quite twisted it quite
That's
back
funny.
to being perfectly straight. So it's just kind of bugging me. And now that I'm looking at it, I can tell that it was a little weird. It is a little wibbly though.
No, it's good. Well, yeah, I suppose you can wave it around a little bit, just brandishing your horn.
Yep. I'm feeling good about this though. I was a little afraid, but I think it's okay. I think it works okay. And hey, Dee is here, and Dee says, hello, I look cute. Well, thank you.
And Demonly loves it.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. Hey, Demonly, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I love the support that I'm getting for this, like, somewhat weird wig. This weird experimental, like, strange project that I decided to make.
I think it looks good.
Because I didn't really intend for this to be a tutorial or anything, and I did film all of it. I am going to make a video, but it's not necessarily going to be a tutorial because I did not know what I was doing.
Right.
And some terrible things happened during the process of making this.
You know, maybe that should be a whole different series unto itself.
Yeah, no, I do think I want to be doing things
experimenting
like that.
And trying.
I think I am going to be doing that a little bit more, just like filming my experiments and like talking to you guys about what it was that I was trying to do. And that's, I guess, what this video is going to be, because I was kind of just curious as to whether I could even make a full-size wig using all of the wig techniques that I've made on the channel before for doll wigs. So I guess the answer is yes.
Yeah, just scale it up. See if it works for you.
Yeah, and that's something that I kind of have been wanting to do for a long time with a lot of my doll videos, is I kind of want to try to scale up, like, my doll clothes, for instance.
Right.
And try to see if I can, like, make a full-size doll clothes outfit for myself using those same patterns and techniques. And that would be kind of crazy if that, like, scaled up that far. But, yeah, so this is our last WIP of the night. I just keep, like...
I know, right? Which angle do you want to be pointing at?
I just, like, I'm just surprised at how good it looks. Like, I thought it was gonna look really bad.
No, dude, that looks epic.
This is, I think, is this the first time I put it on after I curled it? No, I put it on once after I curled it, but I wasn't feeling it, you guys. I took some bad pictures, and I was like, this wig is terrible.
Right. Well, I'm sure everyone gets that thing where you've been looking at a project for so many hours that it's just like, this thing looks horrible. It must be so bad.
Bangs. I wish there was I wish there was something I could do about my eyebrows, because the contrast between my eyebrows and the color of the hair. It's like,
you just gotta, like, cover them up and draw them on again.
Experimental Tuesdays. Yes.
Where we get experimental.
The perfect day for experiments. Tuesday. I don't know. I don't think we have the option to carry on our alliteration thing for experimental. So there's a T in it. Maybe that's.
I know, right? Just got to capitalize the T in experimental, and it, like, fixes everything.
My goodness. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's it for us.
I know, right? Everyone joined in on our last WIP.
Well, you know, this is the important one. You guys have to see my wig.
But thanks everyone for joining us.
Oh yeah, and if you guys want to keep up with experiments as I'm doing them, you guys should follow me on Instagram. I'm at Lizfaerie, fairy spelled, the same way as Lizfaerie spelled the same as the channel. So if you guys want to see the experiments as I'm doing them and as I'm filming them before I actually,
and you're pretty active with stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, too, I'm pretty active with stories, and I do usually post what I'm working on.
The disaster that happened to the wig, that was all on.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was a bit of an apocalyptic situation. But yeah, so we're going to be taking a week off next week because we haven't taken a week off in forever, and we're very tired, and we have a lot of things to do. Right? So
all the weeks that we've taken off, we've been off doing stuff with, like, family and vacationing, so it hasn't really felt like a week off. Or there's been a
blackout.
Or the blackout, which is like, we were going to stream. I had things to show. We had so much planned, and then power went out.
I'm still mad about that. Anyway. Yeah, you just can't be mad when you're wearing this.
It looks so cute.
Okay, so we're going to be off next week. We'll be back the week after that, unless something crazy happens, which...
Hopefully nothing crazy happens.
Hopefully. But it might. We'll see. I'm not going to make any promises. Things have been crazy, man.
What about Stardew streams? You're gonna...
I know I want to. I just haven't had time because I'm trying to do all of this Halloween.
Yeah, we've just been so busy, and then like there's stuff that's gonna be coming up for us like later in the year.
Yeah, so it's just hard. It's hard to be not working on a bunch of stuff to try to keep up with having stuff to do for next month and all of that.
Yeah,
because I might be going on a trip in maybe November, maybe December. I don't know when exactly that's going to happen. So I've been trying to get a bunch of stuff ready so that I can keep posting while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Because I do want to have more content for you guys.
Away from your studio for a little while.
Yeah. Hopefully I will be able to make some stuff that's worth watching instead of it just being not so great because I don't have my studio.
Or if there's any other type of content that you guys would like to see that, you know, maybe Liz you could do while you're just like vacationing or like doing stuff with your family down in LA, leave a comment or, you know, in the chat, because it's hard to get out patterns and all that without your setup here.
Oh yeah, and it takes so long to do that like I'm definitely not going to be able to do it while I'm not here. Like, I just won't have time. So, I'm going to try to get a bigger tutorial out for next month. I'm going to be working on the Yoshi video if you guys have been following stuff. So, that's theoretically coming out next month. And there's a couple of little things coming out this month. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for December as far as, like, a bigger tutorial. But I am going to try to do something. And then hopefully we can get our thrift videos out finally. We've been wanting to do that for literally months.
Yeah, just haven't. So hard to set up the time. Just been so busy with work a lot.
Yeah, and then hopefully if I can start doing more of like filming my actual experiments with stuff and showing you guys that process, then I can have more videos for you guys that don't necessarily take months and months of work in order to finish. So yeah, that's going to be it for us this week, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks because we'll be off next week. And so yeah, that's it for us.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming by.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Here, let me switch to that. Bye, you guys.
Bye.